All right, now speaking to it.
Hello.
What were you just telling me? You'd vote for who?
I'd vote for the 2020 Arnold Predator ticket.
Yeah, if you vote for us, vote for
I can't do it.
yeah. What's his stance on abortion?
All of it. No, I don't love it. I don't know.
Obey NWO.
Tried so hard and got so far, but in the end, it doesn't even matter. I had to fall to lose it all, but in the end, it doesn't even matter.
Are people pieces of shits? Poll question.
Welcome everyone, and on that note, this is Abel, and joining me as always is my co-host and co-conspirator CJ.
That should come back 100%.
Yeah. This is the Nerd World Order podcast where we're trying to take over the world by spreading the weekly pop culture news from across different genres, which include movies, comics, TV shows, or anything that we consider nerd. We're the Nerd World Order podcast, the greatest in poop entertainment since 2017. CJ and I have literally been talking now for a good, like 45 minutes? Yeah. On just shit, and we should have started recording earlier, but no, that's fine.
Yeah. We'd probably rather ruffle some feathers if we did that.
Yeah. That would
Fuck your feathers, though. Just so you know.
Rest of your jimmies.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, welcome everybody. This is going to be another Barkerless show because I guess he had the poops today.
AKA a good show.
We're going to have two good shows in a row. No, I'm kidding. Barker has a good element to it. So, but yeah, we're going to be Barkerless because he's pooping,
Yeah.
I think.
He's pooping.
Yeah. That's what he said on the group chat anyways, that his stomach's
He's
growling.
He's hungover.
Again?
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. I'll just throw it out there for the masses. You can hate me later.
Alright. When is the last time I've been hungover? It's been a while.
I've been hungover in like 3 years, probably.
Yeah.
It's been a minute.
It's been forever since I've been hungover. Well, I haven't drank like that.
Let's drink. What the fuck?
Okay, well, on that note, what's the beer of the show?
Not being hungover for 3 years isn't for a lack of, like, I don't want to be. It's that I have to now. I'm an adult and I have a child and it sucks. Not my child. Understand that part. The part that I can't have a hangover and have a child at the same time. Sometimes it'd be nice to just put your baby on, like, autopilot and go have a beer. I don't think that's anything controversial, is it?
No, I don't think so. Well, CJ, Barker was supposed to buy the beer this week, but since he's bleeding out of his butt,
Is he bleeding out of his butt? Poll question.
CJ decided to get the ones this week, and what did you get?
Michelob Ultra, which I actually make fun of Abel and his wife for drinking Michelob Ultra all the time. But this actually just sounded good. It's Michelob Ultra Infusion Lime and Prickly Pear Cactus. That just sound. I don't know why I looked at it and was like, God, that sounds good.
It's not gonna have cactus in it though. Is it like the pricklies?
Oh, probably not. I don't know. Have you seen a video of that guy eats cactus?
No, fuck that.
Oh my God, it's crazy. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show it to you. I'm gonna put it on their Twitter too. Actually, it's crazy. And like, imagine like for the next like few days, it gets like those are gonna get stuck in like your esophagus, your fucking your stomach.
Dude. I've seen videos of assholes jumping into like cactus patches, and like those things are like this big when they're taking them out of their back.
He takes every like 10 seconds.
Is it Mr. Shoe Nice or whatever? You know who that guy is?
No, I know who you're talking about. No, it's not him. I think it's the Dude Perfect guys. I think. Do you know who that is?
Oh yeah.
I think it's those dudes.
Mr. Shoe Nice, if that's his real name.
I've seen that dude.
And when I say this, I don't mean the slightest bit of irony, but he ate an entire thing of cock.
You know what you're talking about, yeah.
Yeah, the entire thing. Like, he just, like, cut the top of it and just, like, ate it like it was fucking dough.
He's eating bars of soap.
Yeah, I've seen him. I guess the video... This might not be law in New York anymore, but that's where he lives. And I guess in New York it's illegal to sell Everclear. And so he had to have it shipped to his house.
He just slams bottles?
And he just slammed it, dude. The entire, like, liter of it.
No, I haven't seen that one, but I've seen him slam bottles before. Not Everclear.
That's crazy, man. Is that crazy? Pull question. Oh, yeah.
Sure. This is good, by the way.
It is really good.
You can't find this in your tap, because this has lime in it.
Tap water, Michelob Ultra.
Yeah. That's why I make fun of it, because it's basically fucking. Yeah.
Well, and it's funny because I don't know if you've seen their campaign. Their campaign lately.
Yeah, there's like a dude like lifting weights, drinking a Michelob.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like the healthy alternative for beers or whatever. I guess they did.
There is no healthy alternative.
No, they did a study too, And out of all the beers, it's like the bottom of the list. Yeah.
There is no such thing as healthy beer. Just like smoking, like you can say, "Oh, it's a whatever." No, it's not. It's bad for you. If you're putting something in your lungs that isn't air or medicine, it's bad for you. So, it is medicine. No, it's killing your lungs. Trust me.
You still vape?
No, sometimes, yeah.
Sorry to call you out, man.
No, I do. But I understand that it's bad for me. I'm never gonna be like, it's the healthy cigarette. No, it's not.
Dude, if you look at some of those commercials from the 1950s and shit, of like, the doctor says
it'll cure your AIDS.
Yeah.
It doesn't cure your AIDS. No.
Stop smoking a pack a day.
Does tobacco cure your AIDS? Full question.
Alrighty, on that note, we do have poll questions, our poll questions, and our poll questions, we have them on Twitter at NerdWorldOrder1, and we do have polls of the show, question of the show, that I post on Twitter and Facebook, because I kind of want to...
Good, huh?
Yeah, not too bad. That I want to see what you guys are thinking. So the question of the show from last week, or a couple days ago, was, what did you think of Hellboy? On Twitter, 50% said great, and 50% said meh. And on Facebook, the poll question came back as 80%, and I'm talking about the movie, not the character in general, but 80% on Facebook liked it compared to 20%, so...
I liked it more than I didn't. So when you only have two options, like...
Yeah, on the Facebook, Twitter, I wish they'd have more options. But I do like that. Well, I guess it'd be overload if... Because on Facebook, you can put Twitters, Jesus Christ. Pictures or GIFs or something like that to each option. Really cool. So if you have 4 of them, I feel like you're like, So, yeah, I get it. So that was a question of the show. These are our regular-ass poll questions, and they have no context, and I don't remember them from last show. Is Barker definitely a piece of shit? 100% said yes. So you don't have to leave. Remember what you said? What? If that didn't come back at 100, you're going to lose the show. Yeah.
I probably wasn't going to. But you don't know that.
Should Abel be able to get at least 2 words out at once a week? I got it this week. 100% said yes. Do people who listen to the Nerd World Order not get laid? 100% said yes. Do people who make the Nerd World Order not get laid? 100% said yes. Is CJ a sucker with an A? 100% said yes. Is Jim Carrey a big Cannibal Corpse fan? 100% said yes. Has Whitney had Dragon's Milk? 100% said yes. Who is wrong? 100% said CJ.
Great.
Does inviting Whitney over to get beat on Predator Precariousness count as hanging out? 50,
That's a good question. That's funny.
Do you have a multifunctional butthole? 50-50.
Nice. Do you 50%? You know who I'm talking about.
Hey, you know.
My kind of people.
I've seen it. Would you let Dr. Seaman in your mouth? 50-50. Is that the spirit? 100% said yes. Is it dick? 100% said yes.
That's part of the multifunctional butthole.
Should it have been me? It's 50-50. Does Bruce Wayne need to reconcile his relationship with Dick? 100% said yes. Is that an upset? 50-50. Did you hear that Disney is coming? 100% said yes. Would you watch Jamaican... Move your hand! Move your hand! Would you watch...
you like it?
Would you watch Jamaican bobsledding on ESPN Plus?
Fuck yeah.
100% said no.
What?
Should someone be ashamed for hashtag WandaVision? 50-50. Could hashtag Rise of Skywalker be a porn parody? 100% said yes. If you could only pick one... I was supposed to say Game of Thrones, but I put New World Order. But 100% said New World Order, so there you go.
Hell yeah.
Are cassowaries more raptory than raptors? 100% said yes. Could a slaughter of cassowaries take over the U.S. government? 100% said yes. Was it cool when people became socks? 67% said yes.
That was pretty cool.
Does he have a big ass? 50-50. He has a big ass.
He's got a big ass.
As always, if you guys want to vote on
I haven't heard that yet.
If you guys want to vote on our poll questions, visit us on Twitter at NewWorldOrder1, and you guys can vote. Let us know what you guys think. And the questions of the show will actually be on Facebook and Twitter, so feel free to let us know. Next segment, we have a friend of the show, Whitney, who always loves to give us his 2 cents on...
We need some production, like a little ding. That'd be cool.
Yeah, let me find some sounds. Or maybe we should get like a celebrity to...
We need a soundboard. Oh, somebody like saying something, like Chris Evans saying,
yeah.
I don't know.
Like the Andres Anime Minute or something like that, you know what I mean?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Or we can steal the Levitard bit when Roy says transition.
Oh yeah,
Segway.
we've probably stolen enough from them though. Like, I don't know.
Question.
Yeah. Have we stolen enough from the Libertard show? Full question. Actually, have you heard it lately?
Yeah.
It's I don't
It's
know,
a
man.
bit. It's a bit.
It better be because
Well, have you listened to the show today?
no.
I won't tell you then.
Okay, good. Okay, that makes me feel better actually. Good.
All right. Where was I? Whitney gives us 2 cents. Starting now. Fuck. Or hashtag. This segment is called hashtag shit. Whitney says. Fuck. I was a complete alcoholic in college. I graduated Van Wilder style. So in 8 years. Dragon's milk is my favorite alcohol. He called
way.
it. Also, it has been on the show before. In fact, I gave CJ one when I was on the show. I don't remember it tasting like butthole last time.
Yeah, it tasted really bad.
It tasted like CJ sucked his feet in it.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
I
Whitney, do you want? I have 2 left. You can have them. They're fucking gross, dude. But you can have them if you like them. I've been trying to find someone who likes them.
So you give them to Whitney.
Yeah.
I should say it is one of my
I wonder if I was just trying to impress him. I'm just like, oh.
I'm struggling through this.
What's that over there?
I should say it is one of my favorites. My overall favorite is the Beast from Avery Brewery, around 60% alcohol.
Dude, that's a
That's
stomach
might as well.
of
That's
steel.
a shot.
Yeah.
This might as well be a shot.
Dude's got a stomach of steel. Yeah, maybe if you fucking mixed it with something, that wouldn't be as bad.
If you wanted a Game of Thrones themed beer, you should have picked up Omegang GOT themed beer.
Bro, I think I'm out of the Game of Thrones themed beers for
A
ever.
little bit. Don't talk shit about my beer. I drink that shit all the fucking time. Boy, you eat butthole all the time. Of course I've
Does he
had
eat butthole all the time? Pull question.
Of course I've had it. Did you get the Orange Reserve crap version? That dragon milk is horrible. No, it was the regular dragon milk.
I wonder if that'd be better. That sounds like it would be better.
Nymeria is my old lab puppy. Xanadu, Shaggy-Doo is the Melinius that eats people.
Nice.
Actual velociraptors were 2 feet tall feather scavengers.
Yeah.
Cassowaries are bastard cousins of the emu with self-defense mentality of a wolverine. We made it a thing to have CJ watch Star Wars at my place. That shit doesn't even work to get him to watch something.
Yeah, not good.
Technically, the guy who owned the cassowary was the owner of a zoological breeding facility. From my understanding, he didn't have tours. He just supplied zoos and stuff. Still, why would you have one?
I agree.
Especially if you know what the fuck was gonna happen when you have
That's
one.
like basically having a Jurassic Park, which we have an entire movie of why that's a bad idea.
Like 6 of them to tell you that's a bad idea.
Yeah.
All right.
Don't have a Jurassic Park. What are you doing?
Hellboy is a fucking good movie. This one sounds terrible, but the first 2 were great and already exist.
I mean, give it a shot. Go watch it. Because it's not as bad as people think. Like, I mean, I guess I'm spoiling our last episode, but... So go listen to that one if you haven't heard it yet. But it's not... Whatever you read online, it's not that bad. It's not as bad as what you read.
It's still pretty bad.
Oh, it's not that bad.
No, it was a fun time. I mean, I would go see that movie again just so I could see the big demon wear people as socks. Yeah, that's that was the best part of that movie. Alrighty, before we get into this weekend,
Just wait till it comes out on DVD. That's all I'm saying.
or Redbox.
Yeah.
Hey CJ,
Yeah,
do you love the NWO?
yeah,
Do you like supporting things you love by giving them an amount of money so small that you wouldn't notice or feel leaving your bank account?
yeah,
Then you'd be perfect to donate to the NWO cause, which will help us create more content and become a better podcast. Is that something you'd like to do?
yeah.
Then visit us on patreon.com/NoRuledOrder and give us a monthly donation to help us out. Or if you want, give us a one-time donation. Please go to our PayPal at nerdworldorder2@gmail.com.
Yeah?
Yeah, and remember folks, obey the NWO. Before we get into this week in nerd, Andres, who has the pulse on the butt, or his finger on the butt pulse of the anime world, he always scours the.
Do you think the anime world only has a butt pulse?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But he scours the internet to give me the hottest piece of news, and he's like, Abel, you have to say this on the show. If not, I'm going to shit my guts out. And I'm like, all right, calm down.
I don't want to say it anymore.
Yeah?
Well, I don't want to say it anymore.
Oh, you want him to shit his guts out?
Yeah.
Okay, like Barker right now. You know what Barker's reminding me right now? Because he said Van Wilder is remember the scene at the end of the movie where he shits in the trash can.
Oh yeah.
That is literally what's going to happen to Andres if I don't say this. So I have to because I'm his older brother. I have to say it. Code Geass celebrated the series' 10th anniversary with 2 major projects. A film trilogy recapping the events of the original series and a huge new sequel film bringing the series to its official end. Code Geass Relouche of the Resurrection is the official sequel film taking place 2 years after the, quote, Zero Requiem event at the end of the original series. Now, Funimation has shared the English dub trailer for the film and has confirmed the returning cast. Funimation will be screening the film in North America in select theaters on May 5th, Cinco de Mayo, ay ay ay, in the original Japanese with English subtitles, and May 7th with an English dub. The English dub of the cast featuring many returning actors along with some newly confirmed additions.
Wow. That's a game changer.
What do you think of that poll question? Alrighty.
We'll never be the same.
This week in Nerd. So, I've had fun. I know you watched Titans. I don't think you've watched Doom Patrol yet.
No.
This week in Nerd is where we delve into the week in nerd news and stuff like that. So, where was I? So, you haven't watched Doom Patrol. I have.
Actually, I started watching Young Justice.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
The new one?
Yeah.
Okay, how's that going?
I got 10 minutes in. Turned
Okay,
off.
alright, never mind. You got tired or what?
Yeah, I was just really tired, but it is good so far.
So,
The 10 minutes I've watched.
But CJ and I, we watched Titans.
Mm-hmm.
You've started Young Justice. I'm in the middle of Doom Patrol. I think we've liked the DC universe. I think
Oh
it's
yeah,
money well
yeah.
spent.
Oh, DC Universe, big win, huge, big success for me.
Big success, best DC universe. Everybody says so.
But it's actually true this time.
Yeah, it's not a lie. But the next series is coming up May 31st, and that's Swamp Thing, and they released their first official look into the actual Swamp Thing monster. It looks really good.
Who plays the Swamp Thing?
I don't remember. You would think I would know because I'm he's
probably under all kinds of.
I mean, it's not Brendan Fraser. Like he's Robot Man in Doom Patrol. So, but yeah, no. So we got our first look, and he looks really good. Like, looks just like Swamp Thing, and I'm really excited.
It's live action.
Live action. It's a 44-second clip, and it gives us a title. It gives us when it's going to come out, and the first look of him emerging from the swamp. And it looks really good. Ironically, though, the teaser was released on the same day that they announced that they, in the middle of filming the first season,
they're canceling everything.
Well,
oh, I was joking.
Yeah, no, you can pretty close.
Oh, no.
So the original plan was to film 13 episodes for season 1. They're going to cut it to 10.
Oh, it's not necessarily bad.
But sources tell The Hollywood Reporter that the original 13-episode order for the project has been cut to 10 after experiencing creative differences with its home at Warner's backed streaming platform DC Universe. The series will still premiere May 31st. Many think this puts the DC Universe in a compromising situation and think that it might sink only a year after being out.
Wow.
And it continues. Specifically, since Warner Entertainment is expected to launch their own streaming service, which is going to produce original content from HBO, TBS, TNT, among other things, which is owned by Warner Entertainment.
Warner Brothers can just not get the fuck out of their own way, can they?
No. But I think we do have some good news. Slash Film, which is a website, kind of like a movie website, breaking news and stuff like that. They've exclusively learned that the potential issues with Swamp Thing's productions do not reflect the health of the DC Universe service. Reports from various outlets suggest that the future of the DC Universe was in doubt amid the early production wrap for its latest original series. However, Slash Film confirmed with sources close to the studio that those two topics are unrelated to each other. So it's more about people, maybe Swamp Thing not being good, or the people behind Swamp Thing aren't getting along, so they're just going to cut it at 10.
That's not necessarily a bad thing, because, I mean, ostensibly they're cutting out filler, right, anyway. So,
well, that was actually one of the biggest complaints about the Netflix
if you're
series.
cutting something, it's probably not that important.
That was one of the biggest complaints of the Netflix series, is that they were making these 13 episodes where it's like, you can do this in 10.
Yeah.
But they said that they rewrote it to where the end of the season is a satisfying ending, unlike Titans, where Titans is just like chapter 1 of like.
Oh, you
3
mean
or
that
4
could
chapters.
be season 1 is the series?
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
if it pulls enough, they'll.
Well, I was about to say if people subscribe to the DC Universe and they hear good things about it, like it should come back. But if it's already having production problems, it's a lot of those things are doomed from the start. Like we talked about it with Hellboy, like people were rewriting scenes in the middle of filming the movie.
This has been DC's problem all along. They can't get the fuck out of their own way. and Marvel has the shit together, and DC doesn't.
Well, you could.
You would disagree with that?
But you're talking about movies. I think.
No, well, I mean, in general, as a company, one arm of the company that is thriving is comics too.
You could talk about the Netflix series. That was more
for Marvel.
Yeah, that was more of.
People loved them though.
They kind of dropped off at the end though, which made it easier for them to not be renewed by Netflix. So. Anyway, but
they weren't having like pre-production issues and shit.
Yeah.
Well, my only point is, DC's failures are their own cause, their own doing.
Yeah, and this I would say in this example, yes, I think they've righted the ship in the movies.
I mean, it's better. But what is better if you start from bullshit? Like,
Man of Steel.
Oh, it's better than bullshit. Good. Okay, sweet. So it's just like cow shit dried up. I don't know. It's better than that, but.
Since DC
Universe, if you can't tell, I'm ready for this fucking Marvel DC argument.
Since DC Universe launched in October, it is outpacing expectations according to Slash Film sources. Yeah. Cool. The streaming service recently doubled its comic book library in March, while a surprise Xbox One launch has also been recently announced. Swamp Thing is not the only original title that is planned to come out in 2020 either, with series like Stargirl and Harley Quinn set to debut still this year.
That probably is the one thing they've gotten damn near perfectly right. Is that the app, the subscription service?
I would say that
it's pretty good.
I would say that this with the CW shows.
Oh yeah, maybe. I don't know.
They have their own universe there, and it's doing really good. So,
does this? I have a question. Does the Swamp Thing, is that part of the Doom Patrol Titans universe? No.
Maybe. Well, that I don't know. I thought you were gonna say like part of Doom Patrol. No, but as far as that universe, I think they were trying to have all their live series be together.
That'd be cool.
Yeah,
I would like that.
They were building their own universe. Yeah. I think it is actually because some people were wondering whether or not the Flash, Arrow, or the Legends of Tomorrow, they were all going to be together, which I don't think so, but never know.
I kind of rather they wouldn't.
Me too.
I would rather they do their own thing.
Well, because the CW comes with this connotation of like, kitty kind of.
Do shit.
Yeah. So and these are like dark. Yeah. Like Brendan Fraser drops fuck, dude. Okay, so a little spoiler warning because we're gonna have a show where we talk about Doom Patrol eventually when we're all caught up. But there is a scene in like the third or fourth episode where they're fighting Nazis. And the theme song to them kicking Nazi ass is Nazi Punks Fuck Off by the Dead Kennedys. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on, dude? That has never happened in TV history. And you can't cross it with like, I'm the Flash, so it has to be two different universes.
That's true. That's funny.
Yeah. So, moving on. Actually, let me put
a good word to describe that universe is punk.
Yeah, it's punk as fuck, dude.
That's cool.
Yeah, especially once you start watching Doom Patrol, dude, it's like punkiest thing DC's ever done. That's awesome. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I would think. Don't you agree? This is probably the best thing DC's ever. Well, I don't ever, but
as far as like
as far as like the recent DC, would you say this is the best thing they've done?
Probably most consistent.
Okay.
Most consistent, yes.
Well, as far as a whole, as DC as a whole, they kill the comics, obviously, and the animated movies are always great. Or asterisk, usually, we don't know. But I would say, if you ask me right now to give a rating on the streaming service, I'd say they knocked it out of the park so far. Yeah. And I think Swamp Thing will probably end up being a continuation of that. We'll see.
We'll see. It comes out in the month, so we'll check it out. All right, moving on.
But I'm genuinely proud of DC for this. I really am.
There you go.
I'm rooting for DC. I want them to do good. I want good content.
Who doesn't want good content?
Yeah, exactly.
At this point, dude, we're not just the two comic book entities going at each other, but there's just so much good content that it's so hard to keep up. Like Netflix obviously does their own thing. Disney Plus, we talked about last week, they're going to do their own thing. FX is up there with Atlanta. Like I've only watched the first season. I haven't been able to see the second season. It's just HBO, obviously Game of Thrones and all the shit. That Westworld, like I haven't.
The best. That's kind of the theory of how everything works. I think Levitard has said this plenty of times. That's where I got it. But it's always true. It seems to be. Right now, the top 10% of television is better than it's ever been. And the bottom, or the bottom 10% is worse than it's ever been.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of filler. But that top 10% right now is insane.
It's the best.
It's all crazy.
It's the way it was put to me that I could relate is up until like really recently. In this, we have Breaking Bad, you have Mad Men, like these high, end shows, Game of Thrones, all these, The Wire, stuff like that. Since the 2000s, really. Not that it was a bad thing, but everybody always wanted to be a movie star over a TV star. Like, that was undoubtedly true, you wanted to be a TV star.
Not as much?
Not as much now. Like, now it's...
golden age of television.
Dude, people... Julia Roberts just did a thing on Netflix. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh, Sandra Bullock?
No, and Julia Roberts. And Sandra Bullock, but what...
What did Julia Roberts do? A show?
Yeah, like a movie on Netflix.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Or Amazon Prime, actually. Amazon Prime. And we're forgetting Amazon Prime. They're supposed to do this huge... epic Lord of the Rings story in like a couple years, but that's beside the point. But what I'm trying.
But the point is
that stars are coming now. They want to be on TV. They want to be on Netflix. That's the thing.
That's
so
where the money's at.
yeah, so it's the world.
That's where the good writing is happening.
And that was put to me that way too. It's movies are driven by movie stars, and TV's driven by writers. It's driven by writers because that's where they.
That's where
that's what makes it so
concepts
good.
can expand. And
Yeah.
you can let good writing flourish.
Which is why a concept like... Because they originally... they flirted with the idea of making Game of Thrones a movie, and I don't think it would have worked at all. At all.
They make a movie a week.
Yeah.
Damn near.
Basically, yeah. So it wouldn't work at all, so... Yeah. But where was I getting... Or going to? Poll question. Poll question. Would you guys watch Swamp Thing? I would. Okay. Moving on. They're releasing Spider-Man Homecoming a few days earlier. It was initially released, or announced that it was going to be released July 5th. Far From Home, excuse me. That it was going to be released July 5th. It's now moving to the 2nd.
Oh, shit. Fuck. I made all my plans for... No, I'm kidding.
But, which is awesome, we get Spider-Man a few days earlier. Logistically for the show, though, it sucks because that's a Tuesday.
That's funny.
So it's funny.
I don't know. Fuck.
It's the 4th of July weekend now. Well, because they wanted to release it before the 4th of July because people like to go to the movies on the 4th of July. So
they don't like to?
They do like to.
Oh.
It's a big weekend. Big Hollywood movies like to come out that weekend because people go to the movies. And why they didn't want to release it after the 4th of July, they wanted to release it before so people go on that Thursday and go watch it.
That makes sense.
And last piece of news, New Mutants was delayed, or is rumored to be delayed again. It was originally supposed to come out April of 2018. Then it was pushed again to August of this year, and then it's supposed to be pushed back again. So now they're thinking they're just going to release it on the Disney Plus app. They asked Macy Williams, who is Arya in Game of Thrones, who's in this. They asked her what's going on, and she's like, who knows when the fuck that's going to come out. She told Rolling Stones. Hopefully this interview will make everyone hurry up a little bit. So nice. The Dark Phoenix movie that's coming out in a month or so, that's probably the last X-Men movie we'll ever see. As far, we're not with Marvel, so.
Oh, is New Mutants a movie?
Yes, it was supposed to be. Yeah. The two main actors, or not main actors, but the two actors I recognized from the trailers and stuff was Macy Williams, who's Arya, and then the older brother.
Her name Maisie?
Maisie Williams.
Oh, okay.
And then, in Stranger Things, the older.
Steve?
No, not Steve.
Oh.
The older brother of the kid that gets taken in the first season.
Oh, the cool guy, whatever, the fucking 80s fucking
no,
jean jacket dude.
No, that was in season 2.
Oh.
The older brother of the kid that gets taken, he's the one that teaches him how to, shows him about the Clash. Like the guy with the Camaro, like he's the place, the
Steve.
No, there's another one.
What? No, there's not.
Yeah, there is. Are you looking it up?
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna put pause. We're gonna save you 5 minutes. His name was his name was John. He's Will's brother, and it's not Steve. Okay.
Anyway, he's in Far From Home.
Before we get to the main topic of the show, as always, we like to tell you how fucking crazy Florida is. Florida man sprays dog walkers with pee. A woman was walking her dog when the suspect allegedly sprayed her. So
that's awesome.
It is awesome. There's a couple of stories I read this week that I'm like, there's no way that's not Florida, and it wasn't Florida. Like some guy went to a restaurant and had his pet iguana, and was attacking people with it as a restaurant. Yeah,
that's totally Florida.
Wisconsin.
Yeah. That's an upset. Wow. Out of all the 50 states,
Wisconsin would be in the bottom of that list.
It'd be in the bottom,
Yeah,
yeah.
for sure.
It's down there with Delaware and
If it's not cheese related.
yeah. Delaware. What else?
Maine.
Maine. Nothing
Maine-
ever happens in Maine.
Maine would be with
Maine's
the
kinda
lobster,
weird,
though.
Yeah.
Well, all the Stephen King movies are supposed to take place in a town in Maine. I don't know if you knew that.
Yeah, nah, I did know that, but he's from Maine, I think.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, okay. The main
You
event.
think Stephen King's overrated?
No.
Okay, I didn't know.
Do you? Why?
No.
Give me your fiery take. You think?
No, I don't really have one. I'm just curious. Okay, actually, you know what? Here's the thing. Stephen
Alright.
King's overrated.
He's not overrated. We had a conversation about Stephen King when The Thing died. It's not because all the movies he's seen, he didn't like them. I mean, I guess, but he hasn't watched the good ones. He didn't watch The Green Mile. He didn't watch Shawshank. He didn't watch the original Carrie. He liked Misery, which is really fucking good. He didn't like It, the first original It, and he thinks the other one is not.
It's okay.
It's better than okay, but yeah,
It's okay.
That.
There's one cool part where he's dancing and his head is sitting still, and that's creepy. Just genuinely creepy. It was cool.
That's not even the best part.
That's totally the best part.
It's not even the. It is very unsettling, but it's not even the creepiest part. The creepiest part is when they beat him with the bat and he just does this little thing and then he walks up like a spider. It's pretty creepy. Yeah.
I'm desensitized. Like,
Then
I did watch an interesting movie, an interesting horror movie.
What's that?
Terrifier.
I haven't seen
It's
that.
kind of look it up on your phone. Google it.
Sounds sci-fi.
Google image it. It's not. But Terrifier, not horrible. Kind of weird. Kind of makes you hate people because they suck at living in horror movies. Like, this chick had a chance to kill that dude like 7 fucking times and went ahead and overdid all of them. Yeah.
Doug's frightening.
It is. It's supposed to be. It's a horror movie. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Watch it. Dude, yeah, watch it. You'll think it's weird too.
Maybe.
It's on Netflix.
I always need new movies to watch on Halloween, so.
It's on Netflix.
Thank you. Alrighty, now.
It'll piss you off.
Why? The way it ends?
The girl will piss you off because she has like 3 chances to kill this fucking dude.
People-
And she's just like, oh, guess I'll run away. Don't chase me.
People in horror movies are the dumbest people.
Fucking idiots, man.
It's just to advance plot because any normal.
Oh yeah.
Any normal person is like, yeah, I'm not going downstairs.
Yeah.
So, okay, main event of the show. We're going to split this up into 2 little things. There was an animated movie released this week, and I told the guys to watch it and let me know what they think. And it'll be shorter than
Were you supposed to watch a movie?
It'll be shorter than our usual reviews because those usually we can, do them pretty long. But what I really want to get to is there's a big movie coming out this weekend. I don't know if you heard it next weekend. I don't know. I haven't heard of it.
Shawshank 2?
Yeah. The return of the
I've never seen it.
Mac.
Is Shawshank 2 The Return of the Mac coming out this weekend? Full question.
So we decided to watch the new animated movie, and we're gonna.
Can I be the song? God damn it, yes.
I've already used it.
Have you really?
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah.
If there was a song worthy of being used twice. Return of the Mac.
I'm trying to find it.
Should Abel reuse Return of the Mac? Poll question.
Well, it'll be too late by then, wouldn't it? Because I have to put it together, and then the poll question comes after.
Yeah. Okay. Still asking.
Anyways, okay, so yeah, the animated movie that came out this week was Justice League versus the Fatal Five. It is the 34th movie in the DC animated universe, although it is not part of the continuity of the
Of which there are 12?
12. Yeah. It was directed by Sam Liu, who's done a lot of these animated movies. It was written by Eric Carrasco, and it was in the vein of the Batman the Animated Series, which is Bruce Timm and Paul Dini. So they had a hand in this as well. The voice cast in this is pretty familiar if you've ever seen an animated movie before. It is Ellis Gable as Thomas Kaler, Starboy, Diane Guerrero, who this is her second DC role as far as I know. She is Crazy Jane in Doom Patrol, and there's a babe. And then we have Kevin Conroy as Batman, Bruce Wayne, Susan Eisenberg as Wonder Woman, George Newbern as Clark Kent. Those 3 actors did the voices in Justice League Unlimited, so we're pretty used to those voices. Tom Kenny as Bloodsport, Kevin Michael Richardson as Mr. Terrific, Daniela Bobadilla as Miss Martin, and those are the main.
Are those Bloodsport?
He was the guy that Batman arrested and took to.
Yeah.
But you know who Tom Kenny is, right?
Yeah.
He does a bunch of voices. SpongeBob, yeah. So that's why I wanted to say it. So
It's worthy.
yeah. So this movie came out on DVD on Tuesday, but also, which is really cool of the DC Universe to do, is they release it same day on the streaming service, which is badass because we can save some money because we don't. Unless you want to collect all of them hard copy, you don't have to. Which is cool. But they have most of the new animated movies on the DC app, which is another reason you should buy it, and they should sponsor us. So.
I'd be okay with that. You know what? I would take back everything. Every single.
Oh, I forget this dude talks shit all the time, so I wouldn't.
Yeah.
So.
You know who's just killing it out there? DC. Just
DC
knocking
animated
it out.
for sure, though.
Yeah, that's true.
So when did you watch it, CJ?
About 2 hours ago.
Okay. Give us a synopsis real quick.
Oh, okay. Doc Brown and Marty McFly get in their car. Okay. No, but they really is time travel. These dudes time travel.
Hijinks ensue.
Yeah. No, let me do a little bit of justice. Actually, you know what? This is kind of one of my beefs with it, which we'll get to. They don't really do a whole lot in the way of explaining things. But anyway, there's a group of people who are being attacked by another group of people. And they all... Well, not all of them, but all the villains and one member of this team of supposed superheroes end up back in what we would consider our present day with the Justice League. And the Justice League gets intertwined in this intergalactic battle of between these two things, and hijinks ensue. So, which is only slightly better than the version I was giving you before. So,
as of right now, spoilers.
Go fuck yourself if you haven't seen the movie. You son of a bitch.
Spoilers if you haven't seen it. What did you think?
It's okay. I like it more than I didn't. Actually, I enjoyed it. But yeah, I wish it was longer. I wish it kind of explained more.
Well, that was...
It was only an hour 17.
Yeah.
And I would watch an hour and a half.
Out of all the movies, I think, in this animated universe, they expected you to know a lot of background information in this one. And I knew some of it, not all of it. I'm only very, 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 very slightly aware of the Justice Society, which is the one in the 31st century where they came back from. Yeah.
They're actual real...
Yeah, it's a thing from the comics. Yeah, Starboy's a thing, and...
Wow.
Yeah, so...
Well, see, that speaks to my ignorance.
Yeah, so... But that is the ignorance of the... Or not the ignorance. They expected the viewer to know a lot. And not only that, but they presented a lot of things down the way where they expected you to kind of know what was going on. And I think that is one of... I didn't think it was so disjointed, but I could see how somebody can just like...
No, it's really not that big of a beef. It's just, why cut it out? It's an hour 17. There's no reason not to make it an hour 30 and explain some things like...
Yeah. And I misspoke, not the Legion of, not the whatever I said. It's the Legion of Superheroes. That's what it is. So, and basically the backstory of them is they're a super team in the 31st century. A bunch of teenagers that were inspired by the Justice League, and they have monuments to them, and want to keep fighting justice. And they're all teenagers. So that's kind of the backstory on them. And Starboy traveled back in time because the only way they can contain one of the Fatal Five was on the Green Lantern planet of Oa, where they had like the best technology to hold the Empress or whatever. And I guess in the 31st century, there's no more Green Lanterns, which is why Jessica Cruz plays such a big part, because she is the last surviving Green Lantern, and they called her the Limelight, which is really cool. Because what I did like about this movie, and although it's in the animation style of Batman the Animated Series, this is a lot more adult-oriented, I think, as far as, like, it does have some cuss words, but that's not really what makes it adult. It's the themes. Like, she's dealing with survivor's guilt of being the only one of her friends to survive.
They do a lot of... it's a pretty 2019 movie.
Yeah.
They do a lot of, like, mental health issues, which is pretty cool, actually. They deal with, like, anxiety and PTSD. schizophrenia, sort of, kind of backhandedly, but they do. But it shows one cool thing I really do like about it. It shows that not necessarily. I mean, those things are hard to overcome, but it shows representation of a person overcoming them, and that's cool. I thoroughly enjoy that. And she is a great example of that. She deals with all kinds of PTSD. She had some horrible incident.
And not only that, but like I feel as though out of all the heroes in the DC universe, specifically, because we're talking about a DC animated movie, the Green Lantern is the one hero that's they're what they're called a legacy hero because it's passed down or whatever. They're the only ones that it's really kind of thrusted upon. In Marvel, you have a whole bunch of those, like you have the Hulk, you have Spider-Man, even Wolverine. But in DC, they all kind of chose that mantle. Even if Superman is kind of like...
I was thinking Wonder Woman.
But they know that they're Amazonian. Like, they know, like, they're, whatever. But it's not that it's...
Actually, I'm gonna pull this up.
Yeah, go for it. It's not that... She kind of took that on herself. She was molded of clay or whatever. But she kind of took that on.
Yeah, okay.
Green Lantern is kind of just thrown on your lap. Like,
she didn't want it.
Yeah, you're the bravest person on earth. Here you go. Like, hot potato, and with her dealing with PTSD already of survivor's guilt, and then having this shit thrown on you, having to protect the world. Like, I can understand that, We got a little sense of that. And then with Starboy coming back in time from the 31st century, they didn't have his medication because we haven't figured it out yet. And
I loved how he was going through. This is poison.
Yeah.
This doesn't work. Like, that was great.
Yeah, because that's probably what it is going to be in 50 years. Like,
that's what it is now. But they're going to realize it in 50 years.
Well, it's like when we look back and people like emperors, Chinese emperors, and European kings were taking mercury, and we're thinking like now, like, what the fuck are you doing? So like 100 years, like, you guys were taking ibuprofen. Like, what the fuck was wrong with you? Kind of that's not ibuprofen probably, but you know what I mean.
But the difference is they know that and they're still selling it to us. Whatever. I won't get into it, but whatever. That's fine.
Anyways,
we're all dying slowly. It's fine.
I mean, technically, we all are dying very slowly.
Hey, I get to be the resident nihilist. You do your thing.
The cheery of the asshole.
I'm gonna spell doom and gloom. You just deal with it.
I also liked transition. I also liked how this was a very unoriginal. No, I should say unoriginal. A very non-traditional Justice League.
Yeah.
And as a bigger theme of the movie, I liked how it's, although maybe they expect you to know more, I do like how they're presenting forward to maybe not as well-versed DC fans to new characters.
That's true. I just wish they would have taken time. Like, at the very beginning scene, there's no reason that couldn't have been a couple minutes longer to fucking introduce people and cool stuff.
A lot of these animated movies don't go past an hour and a half. The longest one, I think, is Reign of Superman.
That's what I'm saying. They had 10 minutes to play with. They should have played with it. I don't know why they didn't. It's weird.
But I do like the fact that they are dipping their toes in the Legion of Superheroes.
I agree. It's expanding the universe.
It is expanding,
which is cool.
I mean, have you ever heard of Mr. Terrific before this?
No.
Yeah, he's my favorite thing about him. I knew him.
He seems like Magneto almost.
Yeah, because he can control the metal balls and stuff like that. My favorite thing about him, though, I knew a little bit about him before this, is that he knows he's the third smartest person on Earth, and he's okay with that. He knows.
That's cool. Yeah, you don't really get that very much.
Yeah, he knows that Batman and Lex Luthor are always like trying to out-compete each other to be the smartest guy. He's like, no, I'm third, but out of 7 billion people, are like, I'm okay with that. So I like that about him. If
Batman was third, nah, fuck that.
Yeah, exactly. We get Miss Martian on here, which she really, I think, is only in
Batman was super old man grumpy in this.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. But I think that
just is.
I think that's Batman though.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
From the outside,
he was Batman as fuck in this movie.
On the outside world looking in, like, Batman's a grumpy piece of shit.
He's a grumpy old man. Yeah, like for real.
So we had Batman, we had Wonder Woman. I have a list here. Green Lantern, but Jessica Cruz version Green Lantern, who's a Hispanic
cool.
character, yeah.
Really
and
cool.
she is
I was bummed out when it wasn't Jon Stewart or
Hal
Jordan, but she was cool. I really like her.
I like her too. We had Miss Martian, we had Superman, we had...
Not necessarily bummed out, just surprised, I suppose.
Yeah. And Mr. Terrific. Other characters that people might not be well versed with it are the Fatal Five.
Sorry, just real quick, as I wish they would do the Green Lantern Corps some justice and make a good fucking Green Lantern movie.
Rumors are they're supposed to.
There's so much good shit there.
They're supposed to make a Hal Jordan, Jon Stewart buddy cop movie.
How cool would it be to see an entire movie, or like even just one big scene of a shitload of Green Lanterns working together, like that war that which was kind of meta a little bit. Some obscure war that's whatever. It's kind of like that's how the viewer sees it, like some weird obscure war that they don't even really talk about. How great would it be to watch that war though?
Yeah, it'd be
watch a
cool.
shitload of Green Lanterns working together.
Maybe
that would be so much fun to watch.
Maybe there's a spin-off.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, that would be cool.
But it's just like the Green Lantern seems like such an untapped mine.
This is a very Green Lantern movie, but not at the same time. Like, it's very focused on one Green Lantern, right? And then going to Oa, the main Green Lantern planet. But everything else, Green Lantern is adjacent. Like, there's only mentions of Hal Jordan. We see, like, statues and holograms and stuff like that. But there isn't other...
They're off-world fighting this war.
But you're absolutely right. There isn't enough Green Lantern in a lot of things. So I hope there's a Green Lantern renaissance here soon.
That'd be cool.
They're supposed to be writing a movie or making a movie. So hopefully, it's like I said, it's supposed to be
a movie, like an actual movie.
Yeah. They're supposed to make it like a buddy cop movie between Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart.
I'm cool with that.
Because if you think about it, Green Lanterns, they're just space cops.
That's fine with me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Make it a procedural. So
that'd be funny.
Yeah, exactly. I'm down with that. So
the Emperor's on my ass. I'm down for that.
I am down for that too. Let's see. What did you think of the villains?
Turn in your ring and okay. The villains, they were cool. I actually liked how they were kind of like a team, their own team. That was pretty cool.
They did come across my mind because usually villains are just like, no, fuck you. Like I have because anytime the quote unquote original bad guys team up like Joker or whatever. It always is written that the reason they fall apart, they always surpass the heroes, and the reason they come unwinded or unwind.
Their own egos.
Their own egos get in the way, yeah. So with this one, you feel like they generally work well together, and it takes somebody coming out of nowhere to defeat them.
You got a little bit of that whenever that guy was cussing him out about, what about your girlfriend? You can't. And I wish they wouldn't have done that. I wish they would have presented it more as a cohesive unit, because that makes it so much more like powerful, kind of.
It does, yeah.
It takes a little bit of the sting away from it.
And not only that, but now that you mention it, it does seem like it makes that character with the cannon armor or whatever a little lesser.
Yeah.
Where I felt like before that they were more equals. You know what I mean? So it kind of lessens it a little bit. I understand what you're saying.
It's just the idea of an actual villain team that's coming for your ass. Like that's
cool. We don't get that very often. It's usually like a one-on-one thing. So yeah, what did you think of Starboy, the character? That was another mention of like health issues or mental
He's a little
issues.
weird. I kind of wish we would have gotten to see him at his full potential. And I don't think he died. Like, I don't know. If his job was to hold together stars, like they kept saying he died. Why? Why do they think that? They don't know how his fucking power works. Like, he didn't necessarily. We don't know that he died, and I hope he didn't, because I want to see a full movie where he's at his full potential doing whatever it is that he does.
But if he didn't die, he's gonna have to be stuck there for the rest of his life, holding the sun together.
Why? They don't know how his power works. We don't know how his power works. Maybe he can just like cut off his big toe.
Maybe there's a sequel. I don't know.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I genuinely hope so. I want to see more of him. Really, that's what I'm saying. I liked him, and I want to see more of him. And I hope we get to. Spoilers, by the way. We said that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he totally dies.
Yeah.
So it's just weird. They have a grave for him and everything, and like,
yeah.
with the actual where you would bury him.
Well,
it's kind of.
Have you not heard of those? They do those sometimes where they never find the body. This is gonna get really dark. Where they never find.
Where the body's still in the woods somewhere.
Yeah, really, where it's in the woods somewhere, they don't find it, just because it's psychologically to you're closing a door. You're kind of saying goodbye. What they do is they do the whole thing. They buy the plot, and then you put stuff in there,
cool.
Kind of like a time capsule kind of thing. Yeah,
I didn't know that.
I get it. Yeah.
Wow, learn something every day.
So when they don't find your body.
Yeah, fuck. They're gonna have to build a big plot.
I'm gonna have to take that shirt. I hope you're not wearing that shirt when they kill you, and I hope I find that shirt, and that'll be my thing to put in there.
Had this shirt.
Because you've had that shirt for as long as I've known you. That same
literally.
summer.
Honestly, when I met you, I got this shirt.
No, yeah, it was. We met that summer, and then you're like, "Hey, we need to go to. Are you gonna go to this concert at Sammy's or the Clarion, and I'm like, no, I have to work or whatever that night. It's like,
Oh,
that
yeah.
sucks.
That's where I got it.
Yeah,
That's where
yeah,
I got the
I
shirt.
remember. Yeah,
Cool.
Yeah.
Dang, that's badass. This shirt is as old as our friendship.
yeah.
That's awesome. That's why I love it so much.
Do you hope CJ isn't killed in his shirt that Abel's known him for his entire life? Poll question. So.
I hope not. Now, kill me. If you're going to kill me, wait till I'm wearing, like...
Wait. Let me take off my shirt.
I'm saying. Yeah. Let me change shirts. Or take it off, at least.
All right.
And then go give it to my friend Abel before you kill him.
Before you kill me, I'm going to give you his address, his phone number, where he works, what kind of car he drives, and I need you to give him this shirt, please. Please. That's my last...
Okay. No, good. Thanks, Mr. Killer Man. Okay, go for it.
All right, not kill me. What a nice guy. Alrighty, we are going to keep this one short.
If you have to be killed by someone, A+. plus.
Yeah.
A+. plus.
We're going to keep this one a little shorter because I do want to get to the other part of the main event. So, just ultimate...
I do like the idea of a website that, like, reviews your murderer. Hey, can you give me 5 stars before you...
Well, actually, there's a comic book run on Image Comics. It was called... I bought the...
Is that the one where everything's an app?
Yeah.
And you can review your assassin or
Yeah,
whatever?
that's what it is. You review assassins, you review everything.
No, I want the victims to review their murderers. I like that.
Before they get killed. Wait.
Hey,
You
want
want
5 stars?
You want 5 stars, you'll hold up 5 minutes. So yeah, but ultimately, like I said, I do want to keep this short because I do want to delve into the other thing. But
yeah, so good movie. I think it's worth watching.
I think, especially if you have the DC Universe, go check it out.
Yeah.
Or even if you like the animated movies, you don't have the DC Universe, go rent it. I think it's worth the watch.
It's a good movie.
I like the animation style. Like I said, it reminds me a lot.
I really love the animation.
Well, it's part of the Batman the Animated Series. So if you like the animated series, you'll like this. It is a little bit more adult oriented. It's an original story. It's not from a comic book or anything. It's completely new. New characters that
I
you
think
might...
we both like Jessica
Cruz.
Cruz.
Yeah, I do too. And if you, I like the fact, like I said, that there's new characters that you might not be very well versed in. Maybe do some research after the movie, that kind of stuff. So, yeah, worth the watch. On our rating system, what would you get it? Give it.
I'd give it a tit, probably. You know what? Yeah, tit. Yeah, that's fair.
I give it the tits because I like this better than Hellboy. So it's just logical.
Yeah, I like Hellboy though. I don't know. See, I'm trying to be conservative with my ratings, like because I was just giving everything kitty titties at the beginning, and I'm trying.
Well, I think I remember calling you out on that when we watched the Predator, and you're like kitty titties, and I'm like, you sure about that?
Yeah. So I'm trying to be a little more conservative, but I really like it.
Yeah. So, with that being said, poll question: if you've seen that movie, what did you think? And I won't make that the question of the show because I think it's not question of the show worthy. All right, part 2 of the main event with that big movie with the big movie coming out this week, Avengers Endgame. Maybe you've heard of it.
Oh shit! Is that what that is?
Is
that this week?
That is this week. Are you going?
There's another Avengers.
A Marvel movie. Are you? Wait, let me ask you first. Are you going on Thursday?
Yes.
Okay, we should meet up 7.
Am I going at 7? Yeah.
There's only one showing. There's 2 theaters, one showing.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So.
Okay. Yeah.
So we should meet up. I get off of work at 5:30. So.
Okay, that's fine. Well, okay, yeah. Let's get there early as fuck.
There's gonna be a long line.
Let's get there. It's what time is 7?
Yeah, I'm probably going as soon as
it starts at 7.
Yeah, I'm probably going there as soon as I get off work.
Let's do it. Because I ain't sitting in some fucking bullshit. I watched Infinity War, like, fucking staring at the ceiling, so...
That's how I watch Captain Marvel like this, so it's not fun.
That. Let's get there early as fuck.
I'm done. Okay, anyways, so what we're going to do here is going to talk a little bit about how theories and expectations. Okay. So, let's start with a good intro, I guess. Fuck it, let's just start. What do you think? What would make you happy ultimately with Endgame?
Man, I've been dreading this, to be honest, because like even if I talk about it with other people, I'm like I don't even know I don't know what to think. They have you such. I'm still okay. The perfect way I can explain it is I've talked about this with Dustin before. I think maybe even you. I'm still in shock, like from Infinity War. I'm just pretending to not be in shock. I remember sitting there after Infinity War with my mouth just open for like 10 minutes. Probably I don't know. Yeah, about 10 minutes. Like the whole credit, and I'm just like I can't even. And I'm still in that state. I'm just pretending not to be, and I've been doing that for a year, and I can't even like. I don't know.
I should probably watch it this weekend again.
Yeah, probably. I've seen it way too many times. But yeah, I mean, outside of the obvious, like, I would like all the heroes to come back. I'm not even.
Do you think that happens though? Do you think Gamora comes back? I don't think. I know there's a Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
That's
I know
new shit though.
I know they brought back James Gunn. I think, and I don't want to call it a cop out because it's not a cop out, but I think ultimately she is stuck in the Soul Stone. Where
I don't think so, dude. She died.
Do we see her on the ground though?
Yeah. Yeah, you see her dead.
But at the end of the movie we see her as a kid, and she was like, That's
a representation though. Like it's not her.
But we saw Thanos
That's a
there.
figment of Thanos' imagination, I think.
As far as we know, I don't think.
No, there's no way.
I don't think any of them are dead. Actually, Loki, any of them.
Dead.
I don't think.
They're all dead. I'm not. You couldn't convince me right now that any of them come back. You couldn't convince me that Tom Holland comes back. You couldn't convince me that T'Challa comes back. You couldn't convince me that any of them come back. I'm not even kidding, dude. Marvel pulled the fucking fast one on us, and I'm not sure they don't have the balls to fucking keep it that way. If you ask me, I couldn't tell you. I really wonder if they don't see this as like old guard, and they're bringing in some new fucking fresh blood, and they're gonna hit us over the head with Fantastic Four, X-Men.
No, I don't. I think that's too quick. I don't think.
I don't mean that they introduced all those in Endgame. What I mean is, I think they're replacing. They're done with these. They're gonna tell us one way or another that they're done with these old fucking characters, and they want some fresh characters. They're innovative. They're on the. Dude, they're ready to fucking pull rugs out from under us. And right now, you could not convince me that they're not killing everyone.
As I was saying before the thing cut off, I think you're giving them way too much credit. No, and it's not taken away as far as like, obviously it was a well-written movies it's going to be, like, there's no doubt about it. And they're doing a president thing, but it's not like, I think the best way to and they described it in the reviews of Infinity War, that was the Empire Strikes Back, and then you get Return of the Jedi.
Do you?
Yeah, you do.
This is unprecedented. I don't know.
It's not that unprecedented.
We're in uncharted territory.
It's not that unprecedented. Empire Strikes Back did this before Infinity War did it.
Not on this scale. Not like this.
Dude,
you know it's different.
I Am Your Father, like... If Twitter,
which is not even comparable.
Yes, it is. If Twitter existed back then, dude, it'd be just as crazy. People could not believe that Darth Vader was Luke Skywalker's father.
And it's still not as big as a deal as killing Spider-Man, Black Panther.
Dude.
Yes,
it is. Yeah, I can tell you it was.
No,
yes, it was.
You're a fanboy.
It's not. I'm a fanboy of these Marvel movies. I'm a fanboy of the Star Wars movies.
Marvel movies.
It was just as unprecedented because movies didn't end like that.
Well, okay, maybe unprecedented, but when you compare the two, one is clearly...
No, dude, that is not... No, yeah. That is not... No.
Absolutely.
No.
Yes.
No, it's not.
It's not as... Yeah. Star Wars just had cornered the market.
No.
There was nothing else even...
There is legitimately a saying from that ending, I am your father. Like, that is the thing. Dude, that is
Which isn't even the saying, by the way.
No, I didn't say Luke. He never says Luke.
Oh.
I said, I am your father.
Okay.
So, no, I know. That's a whole other... That's a Mandela effect thing. I know. But that saying... that saying was so famous that people misinterpret... Yeah. You're looking at it through kind of like a non... Through glasses where it's like not tainted... how can I put it? I shouldn't use the word tainted. It's just... You're looking at you're a prisoner of the moment right now. And you have to look at it that it's...
There's some truth to that.
Star Wars kind of did it first. I'm not saying.
But I'm not saying Star Wars didn't do something first. I'm saying that the two things that they did are not even comparable.
Yes, they are comparable. Like, absolutely, dude.
One dude admitting he's another dude's father is not on the same level.
And then the way it ended, the good guys did not win in that.
I don't know what happened.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying.
That's part of the problem.
So it's
what happened.
It's not that.
Spoiler alert.
Tell
me the story, please.
Luke finds out that Darth Vader's his father, and he killed Obi-Wan Kenobi, and then he gets his arm chopped off, and then he falls from the Death Star. He falls on top of the Millennium Falcon, and Han is frozen in the carbonite. They have Chewie locked up. Leia is with Jabba. Like it's that's
how it ends.
Yeah, like it's fucking. Or no, Leia's not with Jabba. That's at the beginning of Return of the. No, is it? No, yeah, Jabba has Leia. Like it's like bleak, and then the next movie didn't come out for like 2 years.
But that's how it ends.
Yeah, that's how it ends
with Han and Carbonite, Leia as a slave, all the shit, that. But doesn't Darth Vader face turn and fucking throw the dude over a cliff
after the third one?
That doesn't happen right there.
No.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
See,
okay, it is. Okay. That's more than I thought then.
So...
Wait. So... Isn't the face turn, doesn't it start at Luke, I'm your father? Or I'm your father?
No. He wants Luke to join
That's in the same movie as when... That's where it starts, all the ridiculousness.
Yeah. He wants Luke to join him so they can overtake the.
He's not joining Luke.
No,
he's trying to convince Luke to join him.
Because with
I see. So he's still evil when he says that.
Yeah. He wants him to join him so they can they can overtake the Emperor and they can rule the universe as father and son.
Oh.
And
I should watch Star Wars probably.
And let me backtrack. Leia is not a slave to the third one, but they're going to go see Jabba because Boba Fett takes the frozen Han Solo to Jabba the Hutt because he owes him money, so that way he pays him back. But yeah, dude, it ends bleak as fuck.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. You know it's better. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
That's more comparable. Fair enough. But I still think this overdoes that. But it's. I mean, just on the simple scale of things, these motherfuckers died. D-I-E-D died.
Quote unquote died.
They're dead.
Dude, come on, man.
They're dead.
You know,
look me in my eye and tell me Spider-Man's not dead right now.
He's not dead.
He's dead.
He's not dead.
He is dead.
No.
You saw him die.
Okay. And I don't think they're dead. I think they're somewhere.
They're dead. So.
You know, we were talking about before the show that people want to see things the way they want to see it. This is totally you right now. You want to see them dead, so you're seeing them as dead.
It makes it a cool movie, but I don't know.
Which is one of Marvel's flaws, where I wish they would announce, like, it
takes place before.
All right, we'll see.
It does.
Anyways, okay, so we'll move on from that. Who do you think ultimately
dies,
or what's the transition? What do you think?
I really don't know. Someone dies. Someone dies and it's permanent. I don't know.
I think it's Iron Man. I think it's Tony Stark. I think they're gonna give the spine of the Avengers to Captain Marvel. You got to rip out the old spine to put the new one in, and it's not gonna be easy. I think they teased us in Infinity War when Thanos stabbed him.
That's why I don't think it is. That's the reason I don't think it is. Why would they do that twice? They wouldn't.
So it's Captain America then.
Fuck you.
So look, you keep telling me all these things like it's gonna be game changing. These people are dead, but when I bring up somebody, nope, not gonna die. Nope, not gonna die.
I don't want it to be.
So who are they gonna kill off? That's important enough for us to care. It's not gonna be Hawkeye.
I care about Hawkeye.
You're the only person that cares about Hawkeye.
That's not true. Black Widow.
In the outside world.
Hawkeye's mom. Jeremy Renner.
Have you seen Jingle All the Way?
Yeah. That's a great movie. I love that movie.
You remember the part of the movie where they're on the parade and Booster falls off, his sidekick, the big pink Super Saber suit, exactly he falls off and he's like, nobody cares about you, Booster. And then all the kids kick up too. He's like, we hate you, Booster. That is Hawkeye. That is Hawkeye.
Fuck you, Booster? Yeah, I remember that.
That's Hawkeye, man.
I don't think it's a fuck you. That's pretty funny. All right. They start beating the shit out of him with bats and shit. Yeah, that's pretty funny.
All right, since that's a
All
sore
right,
subject, and we're gonna come around it, or we'll come back around that. Oh, okay, honestly, in your theory, how they're gonna have to bring him back somehow, right?
I mean,
Oh my god.
okay. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
We are presented with the idea that okay, they come back. How do they do it?
Yeah.
Okay.
How?
Shit. I think Doctor Strange has to pray. I think that's the only. No, I don't know. I'm kidding. Fuck, man. Someone has to go inside the Soul Stone, right? I mean,
I think
theoretically, someone
yes.
has to go inside the Soul Stone and pull them out. Maybe Ant-Man. He gets so small that he goes in the nano cracks of the Soul. No, I don't know.
Thanos asshole. I think Ant-Man is gonna play a big part in this. Whether it is actually, I've heard time travel theories. So whether it's time travel or
That's called the Thanos.
the thing is,
The Thanos theory. Yeah.
whether it's Thanos' asshole or time travel or quantum leaping through, the quantum time or whatever, I think Ant-Man is the key to unlocking how they're going to.
Kind of seems that way,
Yeah.
doesn't it? Yeah.
Because the other guy that could possibly do something about it is Doctor Strange, and he's quote unquote dead. So everybody else that's left, as far as the heroes,
No one else is really working in quantum.
well, that's what I'm
realms
saying,
and-
or time travel. Because technically, we saw in Doctor Strange, Doctor
Captain
Strange,
Marvel maybe.
huh?
Captain Marvel maybe could do some stuff. We don't really know. We don't know the limit of her power.
I would say her power skills are more like a Superman.
Understood, but there's nothing preventing Marvel from giving her some of those powers.
No, you're right, but I think they're going to use her more as a tank, as like
Probably,
an
you're
intergalactic
probably
tank,
right.
as far as just like wrecking through.
In which
things.
case, it is Ant-Man. But
Which I'm glad
however,
because I love Ant-Man.
however, I agree. However, I would argue that you were fucked because the backbone of Ant-Man is not Ant-Man. It is Hank Pym. Hank Pym was the key to.
I think
all
he's.
that stuff.
I think he's learned enough though from the first two movies, and I think he's.
I mean,
And I think he's. And I think he's going to be driven to try to get Hank Pym and Wasp back.
the first two Ant-Man movies do not do a good job of instilling a lot of trust in Paul Rudd to learn things. You know what I mean?
He got better at being Ant-Man in the second one.
Well, I'm not saying he can't learn things or don't, but they make him comic relief, and well, especially the second one. In the second one, he's bumbling, stumbling, fucking Ant-Man.
The scene where he has the little legs and he's walking around like a little kid. That's
yeah,
funny.
and well, when they're at the end, when they're bringing back her mom or whatever, he's just kind of like, well, hey guys, what's this button do? Like, you know, I mean, if you entrust your entire universe to that guy,
But he's the reason why Jan Van Dyke is back. Like
she is, but
I mean, but he,
I mean, if you want to say maybe he learned some stuff, maybe he did. Who the fuck knows? But I would say, yeah, the backbone of Ant-Man's knowledge in that department is gone. We still don't even know how the fuck he gets out of. As far as we know, he's stuck in.
the quantum realm or
Yeah.
whatever.
So I guess if we can figure out how he gets out of that,
But from what I hear, is this movie takes place years after, to kind of give it some weight. That it's just not like
that is cool.
That it's not just 5 minutes later. You know, that's why there's missing signs and trailers and stuff like that. So maybe in that time he was gone for a minute. Because relativity and shit like that. But he was gone. Like he comes back and he's like, "What the fuck? I was only gone for 10 minutes."
I saw a cool tweet. If Ant-Man is smaller than an oxygen molecule, how does he breathe? It's interesting. I don't know. But anyway, whatever. That's still weird. But
Comic books.
yeah, comic books is why is the actual answer. But that's
But maybe if it is 5 or 10 years, maybe he learns. If he's the only one, what other thing does he have to do for 5 years?
you're saying like any time spent in the quantum realm is time spent constructively learning things.
Well, not even there. So let's say he was in the. We're left in Ant-Man.
Well, yeah, as
in
far
the
as we are
Wasp.
concerned, he's in the quantum
Yeah,
realm.
yes. They kind of gave that up in the trailers, which sucks a little bit. But maybe he was.
It kind of does kill that tease.
Yeah.
But whatever.
Maybe he's stuck in there for what we in our time. is like 10 minutes, but for him, it felt
It's
like a
forever.
fucking eternity.
Right.
So he finds a way out. He comes back. 10 minutes. Now he has the 5 years to learn about this shit. Why that happened? Where do they go? You know what I mean?
Okay.
That's a
Maybe.
That's a
It is.
possibility. So I don't know.
So what? But what other? That's it. It's limited to Ant-Man and
Captain
potentially Captain Marvel. That's it.
Thor maybe.
Thor.
Maybe.
Thor. Yeah.
Who do you ultimately think puts? I think so. I think it could have been bigger than that.
He's a human. You know.
With superpowers.
He doesn't have superpowers. He's the maximum of a human can be. He's basically Batman. No.
You can make the argument that Black Panther's like that.
They think the super soldier serum that Steve Rogers got is from those flowers. That gave Black Panther his powers, or whatever. So, but regardless of all that, I think that the final foot in the ass, so to speak, is Captain America.
But yeah, if Captain America is the one that ends up killing Thanos, I don't think he makes it out alive.
Well, I believe, no spoilers, whatever. I don't know. Obviously,
Yeah, this is all speculation.
Obviously, we don't know. We don't have any inside information or anything like that. However, if anyone who has done their homework knows that in the comics it is Captain America, and I believe it'll be Captain America's his coup de grace, not coup de grace, piece de resistance. It'll be his ultimate fucking badass moment.
His remember in fuck, I know what movie, I just can't remember the name. The end. Or, this is the end.
Oh yeah.
When James Franco gets taken up to heaven and he just starts flipping everybody off, and then he gets thrown.
dropped.
Yeah. So, but I think ultimately Captain America doesn't flip people off. So it's ultimately his getting raised up to heaven and just like taking one for the team. I absolutely agree.
I don't know.
I think somebody big has to be a martyr. Like it has to. It's either him, Iron Man. I don't necessarily buy Thor.
Hulk.
No, I don't think so. I don't think it weighs as heavy as
It doesn't.
the big hitters. I think are the big.
It's
So
Captain
DC
America.
DC
Tony
has
Stark.
what they call the Holy Trinity: Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman. Right. If we're gonna take that same concept to Marvel, just the Marvel movie universe, not the comics.
It's Captain
America, Iron Man, Thor.
Less so.
But
I think the tier 1, Captain America and Tony Stark.
yeah, so there isn't really a trinity, but it has to be one of them too. Then it has to.
Well, that's super sad.
So we're talking about innovative. We're talking about game changing and all that. Like it has to be one of them. It has to be one of them, and you have to come to terms with that.
I'm not ready. We need to put this movie off I'm not ready for this movie. 2 more years. Give me 2 more years. Coming to terms with Infinity War.
No, dude. I'm so ready for it. I'm so ready.
I'm not ready. I'm telling you, dude. I haven't recovered from Infinity War. I'm not even kidding when I say this. Like, I'm still in shock. Like I haven't. I'm on autopilot. I still can't come to terms with it. I haven't. I'm not ready. But
why? What made it so shocking?
Everything. It's crazy. The movie's crazy. I'm as big a fanboy of Marvel, I think, as you are of Star Wars or anything you've ever been a fanboy of. I think even more than you and Dustin. I'm all in, like, on these movies. Like, you're not ever gonna catch me saying something bad about a Marvel movie, probably.
I mean, you do like Thor: The Dark World.
I love that movie.
Yeah. Let's see. What else comes to mind as far as like what do you think is gonna happen?
Man.
What you think?
I think Captain Marvel rescues Tony. I think that's gonna happen. I think that's probably obvious. Well, I don't know. She's back on Earth already, though.
Well, they fuck with us in the trailers, man.
But she's back on Earth. She was in that. She's in the.
Oh, the post-credit scene of Captain Marvel. You're right. I don't know. Then you're right. Because my theory on that was that she was on her way back.
I wonder if
from the beeper or the pager.
I wonder if somebody from the Guardians universe doesn't find a.
Who's left?
That guy Zandu. He's not dead, right?
The blue guy.
Zandu. Yeah.
No, he totally died at the end of Guardians of
He
the
didn't come
Galaxy.
back. He didn't come back.
No, he died. Remember, he froze up in space. You're really bad.
Those
today.
intergalactic dudes. No, I'm for real. Sylvester Stallone.
I don't know. I think that's kind of a stretch for you to try to remember who that is.
Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell's
Oh,
dead.
he's dead. God damn it. They're all dead. Yeah, I'm telling you, everyone's dead. Fuck. Who could? Tony Stark might die.
I don't think
Maybe
so.
Captain America lives. Okay, cool.
I don't think... Okay.
So yeah, I'm back on board with Captain America living and Tony Stark dying.
Nah, I don't think it goes out. If you have to put your... If you have to put something worth...
An amount of money that matters to me.
Yes.
Right.
And you have to go put it in Vegas right now. Who's dying? Out of those two.
So this is what I think will happen, not what I want to happen.
Yeah. Those are two... That's your heart and your brain, baby. Those are two different things talking.
I will cry if this happens. I will throw something in the theater. Captain America.
Yeah.
It's so sad, though. I love Chris Evans. You don't understand how much I love Captain America. I love him a lot, and I'll be really sad.
Why don't you marry him already?
I would love to. Chris Evans, if you're listening, which I know you listen to this, please call me. We need to set this up immediately. But, yeah. But how does Tony Stark get back to Earth? It brings back the question.
I don't know, man. If it's not Captain Marvel, I don't know. It has to be something completely original that I haven't even thought.
What are her powers such that she can just go?
No, she has to fly.
Well, I know, but how fast?
We really didn't get that. She really only learned to fly at the end of that first movie, so I couldn't tell you.
Maybe she has friends.
I don't know.
Well, I guess we'll find out. Valkyrie, potentially, maybe.
Valkyrie.
That'd be a cool way to introduce Valkyrie.
Valkyrie actually was teased in this movie because when they released those trailers of Avenge the Fallen, she was given a poster. So I think she
Maybe
comes to
Valkyrie
Earth.
Finds her.
Maybe.
That's a good theory.
That is
Good
a
as any. Yeah.
Especially because Asgard was blown up. At the end of Thor Ragnarok, though, what happens? Oh, they're on the ship.
They're on the ship.
And she's not on the ship.
Nope.
She might have been on one of those lookout missions. Like you go first, and then like she comes back, and it's like
I've read somewhere that they explain it.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So yeah, maybe Valkyrie does. I think that'd be. I think actually
That'd be cool.
Actually, now that you mention, I think it's one of two ways. Either Valkyrie finds him, or we find. I mean, Iron Man has this history, obviously, in the movies of being very resourceful.
Yeah.
So maybe we get the final look at that, and it's like this is his last. Like
He figures it out.
Figures it out.
Potentially, yeah.
But I think it would be more badass if somebody finds him.
Yeah,
Yeah, you know what I mean.
I agree. Yeah. Put him as lowest and make him have a comeback. Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, I don't know. Could go either way.
Well, I've been trying to get this point across for a while. Oh, I ultimately think though that this movie is a passing of the baton to the new Avengers. They're gonna get rid of all the old regime of Avengers.
Regardless of the outcome of the movie, say they win, right? But they took this on the fucking chin. Like, as far as wins go, it's like, I don't know. It's like Mike Tyson got up and outlasted Buster Douglas, but he still got knocked the fuck out. You know what I'm saying?
You're right. In the alternate universe where Mike Tyson got up,
yeah. And he won the fight, but everyone saw him get his ass knocked the fuck out. Even if it only for 9 seconds. Put yourself in that position. That's such an emotional toll. Are you not just fucking done with the Avengers at that point? Like,
No.
fuck this noise. I'm out.
No.
I can't put up with three big purple assholes coming to Earth and fucking murdering half everyone. I don't know. I'm probably out at that point. Maybe not. I don't know, but you don't think so? I would be.
You'd be out?
No, I mean done with it. Just done. I'm done with being a superhero. I'm tired of it.
Oh no.
That's what I mean by that.
No, not with the personality of like Captain America and stuff. No, I don't think so. If he were to make it out, he is such.
Maybe not Cap. That's a bad example. Yeah, because I guess you're going for Captain America and Iron Man, really. Then how do they do it? Then everyone has to die then. Because why would they just quit?
None of them. They're heroes. You don't quit.
Maybe they don't. Maybe they're just like. Maybe they keep going. Maybe there is no passing the baton. There's only addition. There's no subtraction.
Something has to happen then. Something major. Because it only makes sense. They're not going to keep... You know how expensive Robert Downey Jr. is for all these movies? It's just not going to happen. It's not going to keep
Because
going.
you know how much money these motherfuckers make?
Yeah, but like when you're Disney, you think bottom dollar. It's not paying Robert Downey Jr. $30 million a movie every time. That adds to your budget.
Much.
It's pretty much.
Dude, Infinity War just pulled down $2.5 billion. Okay, what is $30 million to $2.5 billion?
You gotta
if
think.
I had 20, if I had.
He's not the only one. Chris Hemsworth.
If I had $2.50, I gave you 3 pennies. I think.
Chris Evans is becoming a huge star. Chris Hemsworth is becoming a huge star. Chris Pratt is a huge star. That's like almost $1 billion.
We're in unprecedented movie history territory. We don't understand what's gonna happen because we have no precedent for it.
Maybe
they.
You have to think logistically on that.
I don't want to. We thought logistically the last time. I mean, we were more wrong than we could possibly. We were the most wrong. We were like Black Panther. Oh, he's coming with a big $1 billion movie. He can't. He just made $1 billion. He's not gonna kill him. Oh, Spider-Man. He killed both of those dudes.
But they're coming back.
So you say.
Dude, you know it.
I don't know shit.
When Avengers was initially announced, they announced it as a 2-part movie.
Okay, right.
So you knew that it was a continuous story. So and then down the line when they're like, oh, we should probably make the announcement that it's 2 separate movies. It's not 2 separate movies. So what I'm trying to get at is whatever happens at the end, there's going to be a conclusion. At the end of the first one, there's going to be a conclusion at the second one. What do you mean? Black Panther made $1 billion fucking dollars.
Oh, I see what you're saying. It's not necessarily permanent.
Yeah.
I mean, okay. I just make those kind of predictions at your own risk. That's all I'm saying.
And I just think you just want to see it.
See what? You think I want to see these motherfuckers dead? You have some of my favorite characters of all time.
You have to think of it as like logistically of how it's gonna work. Black Panther's coming back. Spider-Man's coming back.
M'Baku. Gwen Stacy.
There isn't a Gwen Stacy in this universe.
Yet. Miles Morales. There is a Miles Morales. Because there's Aaron Donald, or... What's his name? Not Aaron
The
Donald.
defensive tackle?
Maybe it is Aaron Donald.
His uncle, the Prowler. Yeah.
He exists. He has a nephew who lives around here. Yeah. There's a Miles Morales. There's an M'Baku. There's a Shuri who's taking up the mantle.
Shuri was snapped.
No.
Yes, she was.
For sure.
Yep. And those posters, hers was black. Or faded, I should say.
Well, still, M'Baku. He's taken up the mantle before?
No, he hasn't.
Yeah, it's in the comics.
Oh, in the comics. You have to take that a little different.
Why?
This is his own thing.
It's a comic story. It's literally from the comics.
I know what you're saying. But they've broken so much from the comics that you can't take that as...
Or wouldn't you take that M'Baku could be the new Black Panther?
I mean, he could.
He's a badass.
Yeah, he's a badass.
T'Challa's dead.
But it's not...
T'Challa's dead. You heard it here first, folks.
It's the T'Challa Deadpool question. Alright, we should probably get moving on because now we're going to have a 2-hour show. But let us know some of your theories of what you think is going to happen with Endgame. And
how old is Tom Holland?
He's like 19, 20?
He's a little old to be a Spider-Man, didn't he?
Really? Wasn't Tobey Maguire 50 when he played Spider-Man? But yeah, let us know what some of your theories are.
And then all these people were, he's just a kid. Yeah, he's a 30-year-old kid. Yeah, it's whatever.
That's the oldest looking high school that I've ever seen. That entire high school looked old as fuck. But yeah, let us know some of your theories. We'll read them on the show when we review Endgame, and hopefully... maybe you're right.
Hopefully none of this shit happens and they all come back.
They all come back. They're all holding hands. Even
talk a little bit about. I mean, don't go. You don't have to go at length. One thing I think we both want to see for sure is everyone lined up. Fucking.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. The only thing I want to see in this movie,
I agree.
for sure, is they
they
have to line up all of them.
Yeah.
So we get a flashback from the first Avengers movie when the camera pans around all 5 or 6 of them, but pan on the 20 of them.
Not 15, 30. It's damn near 30. Because you're going everyone, right? Guardians of the Galaxy, Doctor Strange, all of Woo. Yeah. Hulk. Who else? There's all kinds.
Thor, Valkyrie.
Valkyrie, Korg, if you wanted to. Who else? There's a shitload though.
Yeah. No, I don't. I don't want Korg. Like I want and even Valkyrie is like take it or leave it.
I'd take Valkyrie. I think she's.
But I don't. She's not an Avenger.
No.
She's a Revenger.
But don't you want her? Yeah. But wouldn't it be cool to see her there?
Yeah, but I mean, to me, she's not. And no slight on Tessa Thompson or whatever. I just don't think I see her as an Avenger. She knows Thor.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Fair enough.
But like, or even or even Wu. Like, not. I mean, he's not an Avenger. Like Doctor Strange is an Avenger. Hawkeye's an Avenger. Rhodey is technically he's an Avenger, but even Rhodey could be like, yeah. Even Hawkeye's kind of like
he's gonna be there. I guess my point is, if there is to be a fight, those people would be there.
Yeah. Okay.
All the good guys.
Yeah.
That's
okay.
You know what?
Yeah.
I want to see all the good guys.
All the good guys.
They don't have to be Avengers.
Either lined up or circled, and just like the camera pans, and I'm like,
tell you one thing, Avengers 2. That's one of the best scenes to date in the Marvel Universe.
At the end when they're fighting
it's just so synchronized and fucking cool. Yeah, I hope we get one of those, but it's massive. One saving grace, I think. And you could say, you think that they will all be saved before this happens. Maybe they all get saved, pulled out of their soul stone, whatever, and then they go kick Thanos' ass. And maybe he has some minions or whatever it is, whatever you got to do. But if we get that shot, and the Russo brothers know people want this, they know that. They talked about it in the little
press junkets and stuff.
Yeah, they know people want that. They might give it to us, and if they do, that means everybody came back, and that's gonna be one of the best fucking scenes of all time. It will be fucking epic, and I hope we get that. I genuinely do. That will make it for me. You too, I think, probably.
Oh, for sure. That's the only thing I'm looking forward to.
That's not true.
Well...
You're looking forward to the entire movie, but yes, that's the one thing you hope for, I think.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Alrighty, we're going to put a pin on that.
Would you like to see that somehow? Make that a poll question somehow.
Would you like to see that somehow? So like I was saying, just give us your theories, see what you think, and then actually, if you're right, we'll put it on the next show. Speaking of the next show, I really want to do...
Endgame?
Duh. But I'm talking like instantaneously after, immediate reaction, no news, no nothing. I'm not even going to put a show together.
So you want to do it on Thursday?
Just immediate reaction. And we need to get like, we need to bust out with the snowflake or the blue, whatever, the big microphone, the snowball. And just like 4 of us, just like.
Who? Andres will be in town?
I don't think so. But if he is, just like get a round table and like I won't even put a show together. We just immediately get into the movie, and that could be like an hour-long conversation.
Oh, for sure.
Well, and the movie's 3 hours, so because I feel like you're most raw after you just watch the movie.
I couldn't even talk, dude. I don't know. I was dreading the show the next day because I was like, "What the fuck am I even gonna say? I don't know what to say." I don't think you understand how bad this movie like affected me. Like, it was insane, dude. Like, I'm scared of this movie.
All right, so that is a good transition. CJ scared poll question.
That's why I've seen that motherfucker like 90 times. I'm not even kidding. I've probably seen it like 90 times.
Try to cope with it?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. All right. Well, like I said, if you guys have any theories or ideas you think is going to happen, let us know. But that's kind of our theories. And
I'm just sitting at the house. I'll just turn on Infinity War. Like, I'm just like...
you just want to watch it. I haven't watched it as much as I should. Let me just put it that way. Alrighty, getting the fuck out.
You've only seen it once in the theaters, haven't you?
I watched it twice at the theaters.
Oh, you've only seen it twice in theaters, haven't you?
Yeah.
And that's the only time you've seen it?
No. I bought the DVD and I've watched it like 3 times since.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so we're getting the fuck out of here. Obviously.
Does like 3 times mean 1 time?
Huh?
Does like 3 times mean 1 time?
Like 3 times.
Yeah. You said you've seen it like 3 times?
Yeah.
Means 1 time?
No, I've seen it like 3 times.
Okay. I want to know how much like 3 times actually is.
It's like 3 times. So obviously next week's show is Endgame. Like that's it. Like that's the Endgame for next week. We do have a Game of Thrones show coming up. We have one. We talked about episode 1, and we're gonna have dude.
That's on the same feed, right?
Yeah, it's on the same feed. So on the same feed, we have Game of Thrones 1.
Have you put the other one up?
Yep.
So yeah, so go listen to last week's show.
And then we're going to talk about episode 2 next week. Yeah, like, what the fuck? Oh, no,
all this shit is happening.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So episode 2 should be coming up on after the. We're gonna talk. Me and CJ are gonna talk about it right after episode 2. Different show completely, just so it's not cluttered with the rest of the shit we're talking about. So yeah, same feed. Go check it out. And
Game of Thrones deserves its own fucking show.
And it's if you've seen Game of Thrones, you know the reference. Nerds Watch. That is a little mini series that we're having there to talk about Game of Thrones. The first episode we did was only like 15 minutes long, just to kind of get acquainted. I think this next one will be a little longer because I think more will happen. So for sure. So be on the lookout for those on the feed. Same feed as this one, so you guys don't have to go searching for anything else. Anything you've been reading, watching that you want to tell the guys or ladies?
Nope.
Same. Moving on. If you guys have any suggestions or comments, let us know on Twitter. You can find us personally on Facebook or Twitter.
Matt, CJMFA.
Saint_Able45. And you can find us with our personal names on Facebook. You can find the podcast on Spotify, Google Play, iTunes, Libsyn, Stitcher, or anywhere you can find your podcast. You can find us on YouTube if you prefer to do that. We upload the episodes on Facebook too. Buy a shirt. Support us. Go represent the Nerd World Order. We appreciate that. Any donations would be really, really helpful, as we need new equipment as we keep kind of fucking dealing with this. But we do have a PayPal email that you can send us a one-time donation, nerdworldorder2@gmail.com. My voice is on its last legs. Thanks everybody for listening, commenting. Anything else before we leave?
Yeah. Both top seeds eliminated in first round for first time in Stanley Cup playoff history as the Avs go down to the Flames.
I read that too. Alright, don't forget.
Or Avs top the Flames, sorry.
Don't forget, guys. Root for the Avs and obey the NWO.